Hi everyone, Catherine here from Inky Finger Cat. I thought I would do a quick video doing a layout share for this will have been everything I've made in August, September and October. I have shared other things on my blog, but they were design team samples. They're currently living with Martin. I will eventually get them back. But whilst they're still needed for the TV shows when he does Hobby Maker with Kingston Crafts, at the moment I don't own them. They're currently there. So yeah, so I have got a couple of other layouts that I did, but they're just not available for me to share with you. So quick and simple, hopefully. I did a lot of crafting with page kits. I kind of put together myself. That makes much more sense in English. Yeah, I put some things together using really old papers, really old supplies, and then just added to it with embellishments, etc. So not quite page kits in the way that when I buy them from Sarah at Hey Little Magpie, but more I put a few papers together, maybe a backing panel that might have been a solid with the photographs I wanted to scrap. So that's how most of these have come about. I'm going to say most, I don't know if it's all of them, because I didn't have a flick through before I started. This one, documenting the gorgeous Stoke Gabriel in Devon when we went. Look at that blue sky. Oh, it was the most glorious place. And the main thing for this was using this Maggie Holmes paper, which I have been hoarding for years and years and years. I just love it and I never get around to using it because I just stroke it. So I was brave, did a big rip down the middle and then teamed it with some Stampin' Up papers and then just a few bits and pieces from the box of embellishments and bits and pieces that I'd got added to that. So really happy with that. Oh, very much inspired by Sarah with my loopy string. It's a wax thread, it's not a string. Okay, this paper I absolutely adore, and hopefully you'll be able to see some of the shine that's in the foiling of the paper. So that's an old Stampin' Up paper. I think it's called Expressions in Ink, and I've teamed it with some random other bits and pieces, including stickers that were definitely in a page kit that Sarah did at some point, and a picture of me and my hubby on one of our date nights. And we were only saying, I'm filming this probably about a week or so before it actually goes up, just because I know I'm not going to do any scrapbooking in the next week. I was just saying, it's ages since it's been out for a meal, so we need to do that again, because it has been. That was July. I think that is the last time the two of us went out for a meal together, just the two of us. So that needs to happen soon. I think what's unusual on this is I used my, what's it called? Enamel accents from Ranger to create the little splodges, which are actually a little bit raised, and I thought that worked really well, especially with the sort of like puffy sticker in the glossy black. Oh, I love this page. So this page is again in Devon. This was on a boat trip that we took between Torquay and, well, it went Torquay, Paignton, Brixham, and then reversed the journey, and we just stayed on the boat the whole time. But this paper was like a Paper Mania paper that was just a solid piece of wood panels, and I just cut it along each of the panels to give it more of a boardwalk kind of effect. Really happy with this. Added in the seagulls, which I know there's none on the pictures, but we did see seagulls, and then some random bits and pieces again from the box. For once I've used a charm. It's very rare that I remember to use charms or metal work. And then I've used a mixture of wood elements, and then this sort of like die cut, laser cut word that's in paper that I cut off something else. I thought that worked really well. Loads of little stickers, bits from old Lollipop Box Club kits. Love that. And wow, this is bright. This was leftovers from page kits that Sarah had put together and I'd used, and then I keep all the leftovers in a pouch until I've used them. So for example, at the moment, this is my scraps, which you can see some of those papers you'll have already seen in those pages. So I get to a certain point and then I'll clear through that pouch by making pages, and this is one of those. But I added obviously the yellow background For this, I went really a bit mixed media, so I don't know how well it comes through on the camera, but this is like a texture paste that's got like little glass bead gels. So it's a bit shiny, but it's quite raised, and I did that through a stencil over the top of something I'd already stenciled in the background. And then added in these acrylic elements, which I'm pretty sure came from a, yeah, I think they came from a Fox Box Club kit, something along those lines. But yeah, most of them were bits and pieces from, actually some of them have come from Hey Little Magpie's embellishment kit, so I'm not sure. But yeah, that was us. Again, these are Devon pictures. I did quite a few Devon pictures. The next one's also a Devon picture. But this was us at Broadsands, me and my daughter having a day in the sun, where we did indeed catch the sun a little bit too much. Gosh, they were all Devon pictures, apart from the one of me and my hubby. Okay. We did have a lovely holiday in Devon, that's probably why. This is us in the woods that were near the campsite that we stayed on in our lodge. And it was like called Bluebell Wood. Now, it wasn't the right time of year for bluebells, but it was a beautiful little woodland, so loads and loads of butterflies, which is why I chose butterflies as my embellishment. Again, not on the pictures, but they were part of the story. And this is old Stampin' Up paper. Love those colours, like Calypso Coral, Island Indigo colours. I think possibly Pistachio Pudding. And Soft Suede is what I'm going with. May have been Baked Brown Sugar, I'm not sure. But yeah, love the colours of those papers. Quite out there, bit different, but I really like them. And then I just subtly in the background, I've got a little bit of splatter and a little bit of stenciling. And again, some random bits and pieces that have come from the embellishment stash, stickers, etc. And I really like how I put the title together. It was Sunshine and Good Vibes. I just thought that that worked well. And the final one, a very different kind of page. This is absolutely using those scraps that were left over from other pages and random things. So these squares were all die cut. They were the centre of like a film strip. This is the squares that have been cut out of the film strip that I'd kept. And so there was 3 different well, I think there's 2 different patterns, but they're reversed, so they're double-sided. But yeah, this was us in Paynton, playing Crazy Golf. Again, the seagulls. You can see this day was not the blue sky that we had for the rest of the holiday, but this was at the very beginning of the holiday. The fact that it was grey and rainy did not stop us. For this one, I added some stenciling into the background of that kind of like receipt or ledger type stencil, along with some of the packaging technique to just add a little bit more grey. Kind of love the grey and then the pops of the colour, and obviously that green that picks up on the green in the photographs. So not massive numbers of layouts, and very much the theme of that was our Devon holiday in July of 2025, with one extra one, still from July 2025. So these are all things that happened in July. I scrapped about in August, September and October. Not bad, eh? I have got some more scrapbooking to do. I've got scrapbooking that I've yet to document as well from the crop, but I've just put them to one side. I've not even unpacked them, if I'm perfectly honest. So yeah, there is more to come, and I will do another layout share, but for now this is time for me to actually pop these into page protectors and put them away in an album. My albums are very full, so that's got to be my next sort of like considerable purchases, is to buy some new albums, have a sort through and make sure I'm really happy with the ones that I'm keeping, and the ones that I want to store and continue to have there as a documenting record. One of the things that I've been thinking about recently is I don't want to keep growing my scrapbook album collection by too much, because I don't actually have room to put them anywhere and I never really look at them. So yeah, I'm wondering whether to actually, for some of them, I might end up scanning them and then keeping them as a digital element, and only keeping the ones that really mean something to me, that I would want to routinely look back on. But I don't know. I'm still umming and ahhing about this, but what I don't want is to be overtaken with scrapbook albums, because I just don't have room to store them. So I need to have a little bit to think about that. So any ideas on what to do? Has anybody else done this and sort of like gone back through and weeded out ones that you maybe not as happy with the quality of your scrapbooking, even though I think that that tells a story in itself, but also actually, do you know what, those photos I don't need as part of a scrapbook, and there are ones that I really want to keep. So for example, I love this page. I love everything about it. I love the way it looks, and I really love documenting the story. The same for this one here. Again, it's about the story that I told, but as much as I love our date nights, it is just a picture of the two of us, and actually we go out, admittedly infrequently, but you know, over our 20-year relationship, 22-year relationship, I don't know how long we've been together, we've gone out a lot of times, and we've got a lot of photographs of us on date nights. So do I need to have this particular one? At the moment, yes, because I've only just made it and I really like it. But is there another one in there that actually, do I need to keep all 6 that I've documented of us having a date night? Or is it fine to just keep some, or do it as a digital thing? I don't know. You need to give me some advice, because I don't know. And on that note, I'm going to say goodbye now, because I wanted this to be a brief video, and I have very little time left. So I want to say thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy seeing my layouts. Really do comment and give me your advice on what you would do. If you have a lot of scrapbook pages and you're not entirely sure what to do, because you still want to make them, but you've got no room to store them. And yeah, once again, thank you so much for watching. It means the world to me. Until next time, bye bye.